All right, let's dive right in. We're talking about the new frontline in education, and it's this high-stakes, high-tech battle for academic honesty. It's basically a digital arms race, and today we're going to look at both sides of that fight.
So, picture this. You're looking at a student taking an online exam. You see their face, their laptop, the webcam is on. Everything looks totally secure, right? But what's happening just inches outside the camera's view? That's the real question, and that's exactly where our story kicks off.
So that brings us right to our first section. Let's really unpack the nature of what we're calling the invisible threat.
Yeah, we've all seen this exact setup, right? A student at their desk, a laptop, a webcam staring back at them. It's supposed to look professional, feel secure. I mean, this is the new standard for a proctored exam, even if you're miles away. But here's the thing. That feeling of control, it's pretty much just an illusion.
Look, cheating isn't exactly a new invention. It's been around forever, but the methods, they have evolved dramatically. We've gone from the old school stuff like scribbled notes on your hand or a textbook on your lap to a full-blown, sophisticated digital arsenal. We're talking AI assistants, hidden phones, remote helpers. The game is completely changed.
Okay, so what does this new school of cheating actually look like in practice? Let's break down what's in this modern cheating toolkit.
So we can really boil down the most common high-tech methods into three big categories. First up, you've got the hidden device. This one's the simplest, but don't let that fool you. It's incredibly effective. We're talking about a smartphone just sitting under the desk, completely out of the webcam's view. It gives you instant access to Google, your notes, pretty much anything. Okay, second, there's the remote helper. Now this is a little more advanced. Imagine using screen sharing software or maybe a super discreet video call on another device. You've got a friend, a collaborator, seeing the exam questions in real time and just feeding you the answers. And to the webcam, it just looks like the student is staring intently at their screen. And finally, the one everyone's talking about, the AI assistant. This is a real game changer. A student can literally have a chatbot like ChatGPT open in another window, copy-pasting questions, and getting perfect answers back in seconds. It's totally silent, it's lightning fast, and with old-school proctoring, it's almost impossible to detect.
This quote really nails it. The webcam creates this tiny, controlled little window into the student's world. But the real problem, the biggest vulnerability, isn't what's in that window. It's everything that window is designed to miss. The physical space around the computer and the digital space hidden behind the screen.
And as you can imagine, this creates a massive problem for schools and testing centers. Which brings us right to our next big topic, the detection dilemma.
I mean, think about it. How are you supposed to catch a problem that you literally can't see happening in real time? That's the huge challenge institutions are grappling with right now. A lot of the current systems, they rely on reviewing things after the exam is over. But that whole approach is it's fundamentally flawed. For starters, you've got the issue of scale. Just imagine being the one person who has to review hours and hours of video from dozens, maybe even hundreds of students. It's just not possible. Then there's the subtlety of it all. A super quick glance down at a phone, a few keystrokes to an AI. Those things are practically invisible on a recording. And maybe the biggest problem is the timing. By the time a human reviewer flags something weird, hours or even days have gone by. The exam's done, the grade's been submitted, it's way too late to actually prevent anything.
So what you end up with is this completely reactive system. It's always playing catch-up. Proctors are just left staring at these dashboards, full of graphs and little red warning icons, trying to play detective and piece together what happened long after the test is over. They're not stopping cheating, they're just documenting it.
So if the problem is high-tech cheating, it kind of stands to reason that the solution has to be high-tech too. You have to fight fire with fire. And this is where the AI proctor officially enters the arms race.
So what exactly is AI proctoring? Well, at its core, it's an automated system. It uses artificial intelligence to do the one thing a human reviewer just can't do: watch everyone all at the same time and in real time.
And it pulls this off using some seriously advanced features. We're talking about real-time monitoring that can flag sketchy behavior the second it happens. It uses advanced facial recognition to make sure the right person is even taking the test in the first place. And this part is kind of wild. It uses intelligent eye tracking overlays to see if a student's gaze is constantly drifting off screen. Basically, it analyzes all these little behaviors to tell the difference between someone just thinking for a second and a pattern that looks like cheating.
And this is the thing. It's not like this is the end of the story. It's a continuous cycle.
As the tools for cheating get smarter and more sophisticated, the technology to detect it has to keep evolving right alongside it. It really, truly is a digital arms race.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem, we've looked at the cheating toolkit, and we've seen the high-tech counterattack. But all of this brings us to the biggest, most important question of all, one that goes way beyond just the tech. As we start to use this incredibly sophisticated AI to watch over students, we have to ask ourselves, where is the line? I mean, on one hand, this technology is pitched as the ultimate tool for fairness, right? It's a way to protect the value of a degree and make sure there's a level playing field. And without it, how can we really trust the results of an online exam? But then, there's the other side of the coin. This raises some really serious questions about creating a new, maybe even invasive, frontier in student surveillance. Are we sending the message to students that they're just inherently untrustworthy? What's the hidden cost of being constantly monitored by an algorithm? The answer we choose here is really going to shape the entire future of learning. So,